Hey there. As always, this is for entertainment purposes only. I'm not an expert, nor should this be construed as any legal, financial, mental health, any other therapy expertise. Just a quick reminder for you, I decided to release some classes on loving yourself with complete confidence and radical acceptance that I put together based on my own journey that you've been going through, in the hopes that it helps others figure out your own framework, just tips and tricks that I put together. You can view those on the YouTube channel Along the Way by GDA. They'll be released all month in stages. Okay, so let's go on to the next step in the journey. The universe, as it so does, brought me into contact with a neighbor at my little hotel. Well, it was Seaside Ocean Villa in Costa Rica. I think I paid like $350 a month or something crazy to be right on the ocean. Anyway, I digress. It was amazing. The universe brought me into contact with a neighbor, and we started to have in-depth conversations about spirituality, although we weren't really calling it that. We talked a lot about just our lives, what we went through, and it was super stimulating. He had a lot of gifts from the universe that I was unfamiliar with, and it was really interesting. I was learning about him and his capabilities and gifts that I've never even heard of, and they were so different from mine. It really broadened my view of just how many things are available and talents beyond mediums, for example, were present in the universe that you could tap into. For example, he had the ability to go right to objects that were deeply buried beneath the surface, just somehow knew it was there. He also could hold things and get history on the objects. Super cool. He also laid the foundation for me understanding more about the energy of nature and plants. He explained the concept of mother hubs. I think that's what you call it. I could be getting it a little bit wrong. In the interconnectedness of trees. It was frankly shocking how much they were connected and take care of each other. Super cool concepts. If only humans could learn from them a little bit more. And although he was so passionate about it, I frequently had to tell him to give me the cliff notes, as sometimes the science and the details were way too much for my short attention span, no matter how much I liked nature. Not only was he passionate, but like me, he had a lot of healing that he was processing. Now, I won't go into any details because that's his business, but I will say that frequently, while we were talking about it, he would get understandably very riled up. But what I realized is that I was becoming way more sensitive to others' emotions. Essentially, I was literally like a sponge, soaking up his angst. It frankly took me a while to figure out what was going on. It felt like I was literally continually assaulted by what I lovingly call now pokey energy. I realized after a couple hours of talking that all of a sudden I hit a wall, and I was completely depleted of my energy, and somehow realized I had spent too much of it. I literally got up mid-conversation and rudely all but ran away after telling him ineloquently that I needed to get some alone time, and just exited. I went to the national park that I've shared pictures and told you so much about to get some grounding and to really just feel nature, see the animals, get some energy back, just feed my energy. And even though it was raining, pouring rain, I sat in the rain and realized that I learned the lesson that I needed to somehow learn, to be better at not draining my own energy and learn how to connect better with the divine in myself to not drain my battery so fast. This was in the very beginning stages, so it's over 18 months ago now that this happened, and I'm just kind of finally catching up to this in my journey. But it was the beginning stages of learning what the heck this energy stuff was. I was super grateful that I was starting to not put other needs before my own too, and articulate it for myself without guilt. I was super proud of myself for giving myself grace, for taking care of myself, and really flexing that muscle. For once, I was still a beginner. I, of course, when I got back, articulated apologies to my neighbor and was super grateful, given even though I was so rude. He's spiritual himself, and so he got it. He completely understood and thought nothing of it, and really respected it. I spent many hours talking to him, learning from him, and enjoying the new wisdom that I was gaining. I gave gratitude for the lessons, learning, new wisdom, and the grace of loving support on my new journey of understanding all of this. The universe is pretty incredible. As you go along your journey and start learning about energy, I can't quite tell you how I learned it or when it started or when it ended or when I got more savvy about it. It's just an evolution and the messages get channeled. But I will tell you, as I now know, energy is your most important commodity. It drives everything. So as you're going along and learning your lessons and exploring energy for yourself, just keep that in mind. Until next time, take care.